this time, stories began to really spread. But it was in the earlier years, there were supposed to have been teenagers killed on this road. People who were poked to death, like with an ice pick or some very sharply pointed object. And this spread into a story about a hook. And then you have this classic tale of the Hookman, where a couple is dating up there one night, and they hear noises outside the car and became frightened. And they had their doors locked, and the steam was built up in the windows, and they panicked and drove off suddenly. Then when they get to this girl's home, the boy gets out of the car, this is really old days, and goes to her door and opens up the door, and as he's approaching the door, he starts to put his hand on the door handle, and there's a hook stuck in the door handle. People today that live along here deny anything ever happened, and I would do the same thing. I have to agree with that. But one of the things they can't explain to me is where are all the houses that used to be along this road down here at the bottoms of the hillsides? Right where I'm standing right now, there used to be a little frame house. People moved out of it suddenly. Were they afraid of something? No one claims they were. But regardless, people moved out of here very, very quickly in the mid to late 1960s. Whether you believe the stories of the Hookman or not, this bridge is where some people were supposedly murdered. It was a wooden bridge at the time. And right around the corner used to be a parking spot. This road was so secluded and narrow in the 50s and 60s. It was a very safe haven for kids to park, and things went on. And there is evidence that people have lived in these woods at times. Who lived here, I can't tell you. But there is evidence that there were people here. I've been down on this road before and stopped here on the bridge talking to people about the history of this area, and you can hear something coming up Pond Run on 2 feet. Not a deer, not a horse, not elk or a moose or what have you, but something on 2 feet. And you can hear them as they splash in the shallow water. There are stories of blood stains on the railings that were over here, blood stains that were absorbed into the wood on the old bridge. And then around the corner where some other murders were supposed to have occurred. There are other stories such as